best indication yet that Caitlin Clark is on her way back toward a return for the Indiana Fever.
Caitlin Clark just stepped back onto the practice court. Suddenly, the entire WNBA looks like it's in full-blown panic mode. For weeks, she's been sidelined with that stubborn groin injury, the one that had Fever fans panicking and rivals celebrating. But now, she's jogging, shooting, passing, and even though she's not cleared for full contact yet, the ripple effect of just seeing her move in uniform again has completely shaken the league. So here's the real question. Is she coming back too soon, risking everything just to give Indiana a shot at the playoffs? Or is this exactly the kind of chaos the Fever, and honestly the entire WNBA, desperately need? Because one thing's for sure, nobody in this league is truly ready for what's about to happen next. The second Caitlin Clark touches the court, everything changes. And I don't just mean for Indiana. I mean for the entire ecosystem of women's basketball. Ticket sales instantly spike. TV ratings, they double or even triple the moment her name appears in the box score. Sponsorships, every brand wants their logo next to her highlight reels. This isn't speculation. I've already seen it. When Clark first entered the league, preseason games were selling out just because of her. Every single viral highlight on social media, more often than not, it had her name attached. She's not just a rookie. She's the face of the league, whether the WNBA wants to admit it or not. And that's exactly why rivals like Angel Reese and A'ja Wilson keep making little digs. Deep down, they know the truth. It doesn't matter how many years they've been in the league, how many awards they've won, or how many titles they've stacked. Caitlin Clark walks in as a rookie, and suddenly every headline, every fan debate, every meme online, it's all about her. It's power. But this power shift isn't just about fame, it's about control. League executives, veteran players, even referees, they all feel it. Because once Clark is on the court, the narrative revolves around her, not them. And that scares the L out of them. But this isn't just about money or headlines. Her absence exposed something much deeper. When Clark went down with that groin injury, Indiana's season basically went off a cliff. Without her on the floor,
we may actually have some legitimate movement in the direction of Caitlin Clark coming back.
The Fever's offense looked more like a YMCA pickup game than a professional team chasing the playoffs. Aaliyah Boston. The young star everyone thought would dominate inside suddenly looked completely stranded. Defenders swarmed her because there was no spacing. No one respected Indiana's shooters without Clark dragging defenders out to 30 feet. Kelsey Mitchell. She was working herself to death, dropping 20 points just to keep games close. But it was desperation basketball, not sustainable, not efficient. And then came the injuries. Sophie Cunningham was out. Chloe Bai sidelined. Erica Wheeler and Sydney Colson also missing time. At one point, it looked like Indiana's roster was being pulled straight off a rec league sign-up sheet. Without Clark's gravity, without her floor vision, without those logo threes that ripped defenses apart, Indiana was cooked. Their rhythm disappeared, their playoff hopes faded, and rivals. They were laughing, saying the Fever couldn't hang without their golden rookie. But then, out of nowhere, everything flipped with one viral clip. Section 3, the viral practice clips it, started with a grainy video from shoot-around. Clark jogging, shooting mid-range jumpers, tossing passes. To anyone else, it looked like basic rehab work. But to Fever fans, it was pure electricity. Within hours, the clips were everywhere. Comment sections exploded. Memes flooded Twitter and TikTok. Some fans swore she'd be back in days. Others argued the Fever were rushing her too soon. Even rival fans couldn't look away because they knew what this meant. The hype wasn't just fan-driven either. League executives were watching those clips on loop, biting their nails because they understand the business side. They know the WNBA without Caitlin Clark is just another league trying to get attention. But the second she's back, it's a national storyline. SportsCenter leads with it. Debate shows argue about it. Casual fans suddenly care again, and that's why those practice videos didn't just go viral. They rattled the entire league. But here's where the panic really sets in. Should she even come back this season at all? On one side, you've got the cautious voices, doctors, analysts, even some fans. They're all saying the same thing. Don't risk it. Not for this season. Her long-term health matters more than a desperate playoff push. And honestly, they're not wrong. Groin injuries are sneaky. They linger. They flare up when you least expect it. It's pushed too hard, too soon, and suddenly you're out another 2 months or worse. But on the other side, Fever fans are starving, TV networks are begging, and the WNBA front office, let's be real, they're practically drooling at the idea of Clark saving their playoff ratings. The league isn't losing sleep over her 10-year career. They're focused on this season's ticket sales, this year's sponsorships, this playoff run. So the real question becomes, does Clark listen to her body and protect her future? Or does she feel the weight of the league's expectations and force herself back in? But this dilemma isn't just about Indiana. It's about how her return shakes up the entire playoff picture. ... Here's where it gets wild. If Clark comes back, Indiana's odds of sneaking into the playoffs skyrocket overnight. Teams like the Sparks, the Valkyries, and even the Mystics, who've been grinding to stay in the mix, suddenly have to deal with the most dangerous weapon in the way. League, think about it. One game with Clark could flip an entire race. Indiana goes from dead in the water to most dangerous underdog in heartbeat. Rival coaches who thought they had Indiana figured out, now they're scrambling to draw up schemes they hoped they wouldn't need until next season. And here's the kicker. Those same rivals who spent weeks trash-talking Clark while she was injured, Angel Reese throwing shade, A'ja Wilson acting jealous. The second Clark drains a 30-foot three in their face, all that talk evaporates. Suddenly, they're the ones looking like clowns. But the panic doesn't stop there. Even the referees are sweating. Let's not forget the refs. These are the same officials who've been accused of letting Clark get hacked, shoved, and even poked in the eye without proper protection earlier this season. And now, every single game she plays will be under a microscope. Fans are ready with slow-motion replays, ready to rip apart every missed call online. ESPN and Bleacher Report will run every foul and highlight packages. The league knows it. The refs know it. And honestly, they don't want that kind of heat. Because if Clark takes one more hard foul with no whistle, it's not just a missed call anymore. It's a viral scandal, and that kind of spotlight makes everyone in stripes nervous. But at the center of all this, the real X factor is this is the same player who carried Iowa through insane March Madness battles. The same competitor who thrives when the pressure is suffocating, sitting on the bench, watching her teammates cough up leads. It's torture for her. Clark isn't wired to sit quietly. She's wired to fight. She feels even close to ready. She's going to push to play no matter what the medical staff or the league office thinks. And that's what makes her so magnetic. Fans don't watch her because she coasts. They watch because she embraces the fire. If Clark steps back in, even at 80%, she's still one of the most dangerous players in the league. And she knows it. And if she does return sharp, the fallout will be massive. Picture this. Clark suits up against the Sparks in a must-win showdown. Drops 20 points. Hits a clutch three with seconds left. Indiana wins. The internet detonates. SportsCenter leads with it. Playoff odds flip overnight. That one game would erase 2 months of trash talk from rivals. Angel Reese's brand is the rival looks weaker. A'ja Wilson's shade looks petty. Every critic is instantly back in Clark's shadow. And for Fever fans, it's the ultimate payoff after weeks of suffering. But here's the real kicker. For the WNBA itself, Clark's return is bigger than just Indiana. It's survival. Without her, the playoffs are just business as usual. Liberty versus Lynx, the same old matchups only hardcore fans care about. With her, suddenly casual viewers tune in. Suddenly, sponsors care. Suddenly, the spotlight is back. And that's why everyone from execs to rivals to refs is in full-blown panic mode. Because Caitlin Clark doesn't just change games. She changes the entire league. So let's step back and look at the big picture. Indiana needs her to save their season. Rivals are terrified of her return. Referees dread the spotlight she brings. And the league itself. It's basically banking its entire playoff relevance on her stepping back in. Whether she dominates or struggles. Whether she makes a deep playoff push or re-injures herself. The truth is, Caitlin Clark's presence has already shifted one into a new era. And that leaves us with one last thought. It's not about if Caitlin Clark changes the game when she returns. It's about how much chaos the league can actually survive once she does.
Caitlin Clark is clearly ramping up, not being shut down. Now, there can always be a setback, but it seems like things are